Let's bring in Zach Friend. He's former Obama for America spokesman, and Stephen Law, president and CEO of the Senate Leadership Fund. It's good to have you both here. I do want to focus on immigration because it seems like we were just talking in the green room back there. In 2007, apprehensions were this high. Stephen, Border Patrol saying in March 2019, 92,607 individuals trying to come across. It's the highest since 2007. You know, we're in 2019. The issues have not really changed, and yet Congress has not ever been able to get its act together to work with the president of either party to get anything done.
Yeah, I give the president a lot of credit for taking on an issue that a lot of Americans care about and that most people in Washington would just prefer to have go away or hide behind a veil of political correctnness. But it's a very tough issue. You and I both worked for President Bush, and he worked hard and put his own reputation on the line to try to get something passed. And at the end of the day, Harry Reid tried to kill it. But it's something that we really do need to take on, and I give the president credit for at least giving it a try.
One of the things, though, that the Wall Street Journal editorial board, Zach, said today is firing his own deputies won't help the border or move Congress. The president needs to offer a larger immigration vision that combines border security while welcoming legal immigrants and offering Democrats something they want. If they still refuse to cooperate, then he can offer the better vision to voters in 2020. Would Democrats be receptive to that now, or are we already too far into the political cycle?
I think that there's still a chance if they're actually willing to come to the table with things like DACA. I mean, the president has to remember that he doesn't actually have the House, and it seems like a lot of the actions that he's taken, also some of the commentary and rhetoric that he's making, really do turn off a lot of the basic Democratic voters. We view it as a humanitarian crisis at the border and not as much.
You had a Homeland Security Secretary, outgoing Kirstjen Nielsen, who said 2 weeks ago in front of Congress, I can't guarantee that I can know who's coming into the country. And if your most solemn obligation is the protection of the American people, then you've got a real problem.
Yeah, I'm a little more skeptical than Zach that a House-led Congress led by Democrats would give President Trump a win on immigration. And if you look at some of the proposals they put on the table, such as abolishing ICE, they have their own significant issues there. But I think he's right. I mean, he's looked to Congress to try to solve a problem.
Is that some of my views really did need to change. They were not thoughtful enough and didn't care enough about people outside of the original upstate New York district that I represented. And so I learned. And I think for people who aspire to be president, I think it's really important that you're able to admit when you're wrong and that you're able to grow and learn and listen and be better and be stronger.
Stephen, I just want to get your take on it. Like you and Zach have both done a lot of campaigns. You've seen a lot of things. Like I'm not exactly sure where they're trying to land here.
Yeah, that was kind of a word salad. I was trying to figure out where she ultimately is. But I think that's what a lot of Americans are very frustrated about when they listen to what people say about this issue in Washington. They get a lot of political correctness, a lot of word salad. And I have to say, I think the president gets credit for looking like he's taking it seriously. He's knocking heads and he wants to get something done. But he is going to ultimately have to have Congress come to the table and help him do that if he's going to fix the problem.
Indeed. Zach, let me ask you about the politics of it as well. Just in the primary, who breaks out? Somebody that's going to be tougher on immigration, or somebody that maybe would have more of a Gillibrand or a Castro position?
Well, I think there's no actual front runner in the Democratic primary right now, so it's really anybody's game to actually break out. But what I do agree with Stephen on this point is that the Democratic primary is forcing these candidates to take positions so extreme to the left that I don't think it's going to play well in the general election. And immigration is just one of the issues. I feel like my party's in the perpetual day of atonement right now, where every single day there's a new candidate apologizing for something they did in the past. I think people want authenticity. They want people to actually stand for the things they believe in. And if you stand for making sure that we have protections for dreamers, you stand for protections of people that are trying to come across.
Again, you can say
it. Then stand for it.
And protection of the border. Exactly. All right. Zach Friend, Stephen Law, great to have you both here. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.